Welcome to the Fear and Greed Afternoon Report for Friday the 23rd of June 2023. I'm Sean Aylmer. Every afternoon we've got the 5 stories that happened today that you need to know about. Story number 1, this week started pretty well for the share market, but it has certainly finished poorly. The S&P ASX 200 finished down 1.3% today to 7,099 points, and for the week was off about 2%. Fear of a recession pushed the oil and gas companies lower, with Woodside falling nearly 5% and Santos dropping more than 4%. ANZ was off more than 2%, while Commonwealth Bank, Westpac, Macquarie Group and National Australia Bank weren't far behind. Underperformers included UK-based Virgin Money, which tumbled 4% after another rate rise in Britain, and Gold Road Resources, which was off 5% following yesterday's production downgrade. Cochlear's share price fell 8% after British regulator, the Competition and Markets Authority, said the Ear Implant Group's $170 million acquisition of a Danish hearing implant business doesn't raise competition concerns, but, always a but, the regulator prohibited Cochlear from buying the UK bone conduction implants business of the Danish company on competition grounds. Story number 2, it's likely that the fatal explosion on the Titan, the submersible carrying 5 passengers hoping to visit the wreck of the Titanic, occurred 4 days ago, according to reports today. The US Navy analysed its acoustic data after the Titan was reported missing on Sunday, and an anomaly was reported on Monday, Australian time. That's consistent with an implosion or explosion in the vicinity where the Titan was operating when communications were lost. The US Coast Guard overnight announced that debris had been found almost 500 metres from the Titanic during the search for the vessel. 5 major pieces of the Titan have now been found, including most of the pressure hull. Story number 3, the corporate regulator has had a crack at the major insurers, saying they had probably ripped off customers with pricing but made no efforts to refund them. The review into why insurers have failed to pass on at least $815 million in promised discounts or rewards since 2018 was published today. And while insurers are now repaying customers, ASIC has a warning. The industry is potentially making misleading representations by charging some customers more because they know they won't shop around, while also promising a loyalty discount. The report says that pricing failures since 2018 were most at IAG and valued at $447 million for that company, then RACQ Insurance valued at $222 million and QBE at $90 million. Mostly the failures were inaccurate discount descriptions in documents and errors in the pricing system. Story number 4, last night's $100 million Powerball jackpot was won by a father from Bankstown in Sydney Southwest. He's the second largest lottery winner ever in Australia and was the only Division 1 winning entry in the draw. A Sydney nurse back in January 2019 won $107 million, so this fella comes in number 2. When told of his winning, he said he would continue to work. Then he paused and said, I better process this first. And his wife jumped in and, shall we say, suggested he give up work. Good luck to them both. And story number 5, the Bank of England overnight lifted the benchmark interest rate to its highest level in that country in 15 years in an effort to get rid of stubborn inflation, which is stuck at 8.7%. The new rate of 5%, almost 1 percentage point above the local benchmark rate, is the 14th increase since the end of 2021. The central bank said more rate rises might be needed, with wages rising faster than expected and consumer spending still doing okay. It warned that the full impact of the rate rises in the UK is still to bite many Brits who are mostly on fixed-rate mortgages. Like Australia, many fixed-rate mortgage holders will come off low-rate loans in the next 12 months or so. That's it for the afternoon report for Friday the 23rd of June 2023. Don't forget to hit follow on the podcast and find Fear and Greed on LinkedIn, Instagram, Twitter and Facebook. Join Michael Thompson and I tomorrow morning for the Weekend Fast 5 by Fear and Greed. I'm Sean Aylmer. Enjoy your evening.